Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Nenna and today we're back with another episode of the Not So Berry Challenge. It is Sunday night, 2 a.m. and Pepper is taking out her frustrations on the workbench. She is making a bunch of, I think they are toy robots to be exact. You can see she's just in her own world, hammering away and whatever that is that she's doing. A lot has happened since the last time we met up with Pepper, and unfortunately, not so good things. See, Pepper has had it rough. She has been working on her career. She still hasn't gotten that promotion, but she's still, she's still working on it. And we got some new ones for her as, for example, she wanted this. She wanted this flower arranging set I bought for her, and she's been using it a few times. And most of her ones had something to do with either improving herself or teaching some commands to the cat, or flower arranging, a bunch of different things. She also still really wants to improve herself, and especially her logic skill, which is the one that takes the longest because we only really learn it through the newspaper. Had to sacrifice some more space in her apartment. Danielle wanted this music synthesizer, I think it was, and we didn't have enough space for that, so we put that in that room. And then I had a want for Danielle to purchase a bigger stereo, so we went ahead and got that. Though Pepper is a bit, I wouldn't say she's a very sentimental sim, but she was attached to this little cutesy looking radio, and instead Danielle bought this ginormous big jukebox thing, which Pepper hasn't used it at all, so I'm not sure if that was a good purchase. And nonetheless, she made Pepper pay for it because it was for the both of them, and since she didn't have a job, it was kind of hard to fund that. Danielle also bought, I'm so sorry the trees are in the way, but she also bought this bubble blower, which I was very hesitant about. I was a little skeptical if she would love it, but she came outside, she admired it, and she was like, wow, I love this. So in the end, I'm okay with this thing. I'm okay with the fact that Pepper had to, once again, spend her money on something Danielle wanted, but at least this is something she actually wanted. So unlike the stereo, I'm kind of like, okay, this is like maybe Pepper wouldn't have bought it for herself, but it's okay because she likes it. Pepper is realizing that this apartment is just way too small for her and the family that she has, excluding Danielle. The room feels way too small to be living together with Danielle after everything that has happened. You guys, I am not going to keep it for myself any longer, but I do think that many of you can guess what has happened, especially since, knowing how Danielle is. It was no surprise that eventually Pepper would realize that Danielle is a big fat cheater. Not just a big fat cheater. Danielle is also pregnant. Yeah. Let that sink in. And cheating before, but she got officially caught by Pepper. Pepper was absolutely devastated. She caught her cheating. She lost her as the best friend, and then she fell out of love with her. She did earn some money afterwards, which made her feel good, and she became even better friends with her pets, which is also really nice, I guess. I think she took a lot of comfort in her pets. She wasn't really talking to anyone or doing anything besides work and taking care of the cats, and it wasn't like she was going out with friends or anything to really put her mind to somewhere else. Rocco is a bit different. He's a bit more independent, maybe because he's a skunk, I'm not sure. But Mrs. Smittens and Pepper have such a good relation. So Pepper has to go to work. I don't know if she's able to get another skill point, but nonetheless I'm going to try. Talking a little bit about Danielle before I go into the rest of the episode with mostly Pepper's Danielle is pregnant, and you guys, I am kind of shocked, but it turned out that when Pepper and Danielle had their last woohoo session, which was before she went out and had woohoo sessions with other people, mind you. She went out and got pregnant, and oh my god, hold up. What? Stop fighting, you guys. Well, okay. Can't even have like two minutes to myself, right? Danielle ended up getting pregnant by Pepper. I think this is because I have the casual romancer, I think it's called. I might have to, you know, bite my words here, but I think she didn't do a casual woohoo. I think she did a normal woohoo, but because of the mod, it may have indirectly influenced our odds of having a child, or they did try for, you know, I don't even know anymore, because they did a woohoo when I was playing off screen, and all of a sudden she was pregnant, and I'm just like, okay, like where did that come from, right? I didn't think she would get pregnant because it's two females, but I guess some of the mods do influence that. So you guys, we're gonna have to work with this storyline. So the only thing I could think of that is just as crazy is that Pepper is both female and male. No, she's not transgender. I'm thinking Pepper might have been born with a peen and a no. So yeah, Pepper has all the organs of a female, but then she also has male organs. Maybe they're like tucked away or something. I don't know, but I'm going to throw it out here and just make this up. I'm just going to suck it out of my big toe and be like, Pepper is both male and female, which is why Danielle got pregnant. And maybe Pepper knew, but she wasn't really concerned about it. Maybe it was just an accident. I'm not exactly sure. Thinking of it from that perspective, maybe Pepper just didn't know, and now that Danielle's pregnant, Pepper, well, that would be weird, right? Like your fiance gets pregnant and suddenly, you know, you go to a doctor and they're like, surprise. Pretty far-fetched. And I could just sit here and be like, well, it's not Pepper's child, but guys, I'm not even making this up. Look at this. Like, how am I going to pretend, right? The father is Pepper. How am I going to pretend this is not Pepper's child? I can't pretend when a minty colored baby comes out of Danielle that is not her child. Like, I can't. And I think Danielle is also kind of confused about it. Well, not anymore though. Not anymore. They've had a long sit down, which I didn't want to bore you guys with, which Pepper pretty much broke down and was like, I don't know how you could do this to me. I am so freaking upset right now, but we're gonna have to do something because we're about to have a child. Pepper is a very logic and down-to-earth sim, so there was no way in her mind that she was going to freak out first and then face the consequences later. What's the biggest thing? What's the biggest threat in my life right now? Like, what's the biggest obstacle? And that is going to be this child. And second of all, it will be Danielle. And third of all, it will be everything else that wasn't necessarily wanted and might still not really be wanted. I mean, I don't think Pepper wanted to be a mother at this time in her life, and I'm not even sure if Danielle wants it. During that sit down, Danielle basically confessed that she has no intentions of raising this child and that she's willing to put it up for adoption since she found out so incredibly late. Danielle feels a little doubtful about the choice that she's made, but she felt a bit uneasy getting an abortion and getting rid of the child, but at the same time she just couldn't think of herself as motherly food, you know? Motherly food? What? Pepper is working late. Pepper, why did you have to interrupt me? Pepper's working late when they all decide to order some food. Pepper's place in church getting the food. Oh my god, Loki dying. Should Pepper go with standard pizza? Let's do ethnic food. Pepper loses cuisine enthusiasm because they don't like, oh come on. Danielle is in no way going to let this child ruin her dreams of becoming a musician. Danielle has gone back to work, but she has some days off now that she's pregnant, of course, and she has really reflected on her choices. During the talk, she basically confessed to Pepper that she never meant to hurt her this much, but she just couldn't stop. She just couldn't not do it. You love someone and you want to be with someone, but then you also want to be with other people and you just can't stop yourself from doing that. Danielle couldn't stop herself and she ended up getting caught, and then she still went ahead after everything that happened and had another 2 woohoos. She had a woohoo with Sunny and a woohoo with Calista after, mind you, after Pepper discovered the cheating. Like a bit confused because Danielle over here is saying, oh my god, like I hate hurting you, but I just can't stop myself. And then you hurt the love of your life, as you claim. The first thing you should do is to fix the situation, right? Or to find out how to move on. But she was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna go and woohoo with more Sims. I'm just gonna woohoo with more people. Like I'm just gonna do that. Like I really don't understand Danielle very much. She's always been a bit of a sim where I'm like, I think I know her, but I don't, and I'm just not sure what she wants. She still wants to ask a sim on a date and have kisses, and her fears are all just romance related things. There's nothing about Pepper making things right. It's all just about moving on and doing the exact same thing over and over, just probably without commitments. Difficult because Pepper is not here, but yeah, there's a lot of things that's happened, and the main thing of course is that Pepper and Danielle are having a child. Oh, I didn't really specify. I think I didn't even tell you guys how the conversation went with Pepper and Danielle finding out that she's pregnant, but I like to believe that it probably went something like, hey Danielle, I think I am part male, and Danielle being like, oh cool. Yeah, that's how I think that went. I want this baby to be Pepper's, so there's no way I'm going to try and justify by, you know, bring other people into the picture. No, this is Pepper's baby. Pepper has a big old peen and she used it on Danielle, and then Danielle got pregnant on Toes, and now they're in this shithole. Oh, I think Danielle might be a little guilty, feeling a little guilty, because she's been doing some chores around the house and she's been trying to make an effort, asking her if she wants to go and do something together or eat somewhere together, watch TV together, and Pepper's just not having it. Pepper is wanting to get away, and Danielle is feeling a little scared as well. Pepper has arrived from work. There's so much going on, and it's just like, I honestly believe that Pepper's not the kind of sim to let herself be overcome by emotions, and she was very sad for a good few days. You guys just weren't able to see that, but she was super distraught, and I felt really bad for her, you know. Despite everything, first trying to stay optimistic, at least has a lot of thoughts, but not really many people or like nobody to talk about it to, and she kept these thoughts inside for so long until now. Pepper wants to get away for just a night, and she unfortunately couldn't talk to both of her friends, and Sharon is, I guess, at work or whatever she's doing. I think she might be working, but yeah, Nerissa is able to hopefully, well, she said she was coming, so that's already good. Hopefully she's actually able to come, or we're just gonna have to eat by ourselves. I think that after everything that happened, Pepper could use a girlfriend to speak about, and there's just a lot of things that are just like, there's just so much going on, you know. There's the pregnancy, the cheating, and sometimes even if you know what to do, you just need to talk to someone about it and just to hear their feedback in order to get that push that you need to do it. Alright, we are here, and look at this place, you guys. I haven't been here before, and I think it's Sims 3 inspired. I'm not sure, but regardless, here we are, and I think, yeah, only Nerissa was able to make it. And oh my god, Pepper, could you just keep things, oh gosh, could you just hold up, add to friends? I'm adding this girl to friend zone because I don't want Pepper to, oh gosh, Pepper, I don't want Pepper to get into a relationship with Nerissa. I think this is going too fast, and honestly, I just want to have a good time. I don't want to deal with just can we just not focus on romancing and smooching? It's Pepper, you guys. What do we want? What can we say about it? So this place seems to actually be, wow, girl, look at her green afro. Loving this. So we're going to get seated, and I hope that Nerissa will join me down. Pepper is making a toast to their friendship and to hopefully a good night out of many. To say that Pepper probably wanted her advice or the advice from both of her friends, but just Nerissa's advice would definitely be already a great help. I also like to imagine how the story would go, and I think that Pepper might just casually throw in there as, well, seeing how Pepper is, saying something like, yeah, Danielle cheated on me, and oh yeah, by the way, she's pregnant because of my big peen, so I'm not really sure what to do. Nerissa's probably shocked by what she's hearing. She is talking about the new apartment that she recently moved into together with Sharon, and it's something temporarily to the place for herself until she started talking to Sharon and realized that Sharon needed a place to stay temporarily as well. Sharon's actually engaged, you guys, and she needed a place to stay and live at for a while until she could finance enough money. I think Nerissa might just throw it in that, you know, she doesn't have to be trapped and she could just move in with them. Pepper is offering Pepper a place to stay, and it doesn't have to be forever. It's just a temporary place where she wanted she could stay with her and Nerissa, and we could all just have a good time until Pepper figures out what she wants to do with herself. But pretty clear to her that the last thing you want to do when your relationship ends because someone cheated and they're pregnant and everything's going to shit is to stay in the exact same position as that you were. Pepper thinks it's a bit too, not early, but she almost feels bad thinking about her life without Danielle. Very flattered by the offer, and it's something that she has to think about. She did want to move eventually. Like, Pepper wants to get a bigger house, but she has to save money for that. And that comes to question, is she willing to do that in this house? Is she willing to kick Danielle out and, you know, make a pregnant lady go live somewhere else when she barely has enough money to live on her own anyway? Just when she got her job back, she pretty much got pregnant and is unable to work. I think Pepper should definitely take the offer and temporarily move in with her girlfriends. It could be fun and something new for Pepper to live together with two other girls and to just have a good time. In the meantime, you know, she works hard to save up more money so she can buy a bigger house. So think that, you know, Pepper has been wanting a bigger house for a while now, and the house is getting way too small. Pepper has so many different wants lately and needs, and the house is just too small to keep up with it. The big old, you know, mechanical table takes up like half a room, and then she has the florist booth, the florist table that also takes up like half a room, and then the rest of the apartment or the house where she lives in is just like the cats don't even have a space, and you know, there's just not a lot of room, and Pepper would kind of like that. She would be downgrading, I guess, if she were to live with Nerissa and Sharon, but at the same time, it's just temporary. She can save up more money while spending less and be in a different environment, which also would be nice. And Sharon also have cats, so that would also be nice. I think in general it would be a very great thing, a very good experience if she ends up saying yes. The only thing is, if Pepper decides to move out of this apartment or this house, that means Danielle has got to go as well, and I'm not sure if Danielle is waiting on that news. To be honest, I think it's quite a harsh reality. One thing though that Pepper, I just saw Nerissa worry about me. That's sweet. I think if it wasn't clear to Pepper, it should be now. She doesn't want to fix this relationship of hers with Danielle, and in a way she understands, I guess, if she can't really help it, because sometimes she really can't, but that doesn't mean that she has to continue letting Danielle hurt her over and over and over. And if this is her excuse, I just can't help myself, then Pepper just cannot help herself by not wanting to be with Danielle for the rest of her life. And the only humane thing to do at this point would to be to tell Danielle, hey ho, I'm leaving. And I don't think, honestly, that Pepper and Danielle will never be friends again. I'm sure that eventually maybe they could be friends again, considering she's already forgiven her, not 100%, but they're still best friends. And it's kind of like Despite everything, Pepper still considers her best friend, which is like amazing because I don't think I could consider someone my best friend if they like. I don't think I personally could be as forgiving as as Pepper is. So I definitely do think they have a good chance of maybe reconciling later on. May not be romantic, but perhaps after some time and whatever, eventually she might actually become friends or hang out again. But for now, it's just not going to happen. Pepper is going to have to do what she should have done from the start. She should have told Danielle, look, if this is how it's going to be, I'd rather just end. No, I blabbed on and on about how Pepper feels and how Danielle feels and all the consequences and justifications. I haven't really talked about what we're going to do next. Now, the game crashed, so that was perfect. So this is why the game always crashes. After Pepper went and talked to her friend, I think she kind of realized that this is not going to work. And as much as she wants to be nice, Pepper is not even a nice sim. I don't even think she is. She's kind of grouchy. I think for Pepper's doing, she's being really, really nice. I think she probably loves her a lot, and that's why she's being tame, because any other person, she probably would have slapped across the room, honestly. Aw, this is a cute interaction between Pepper and Danielle right before I'm going to get down with some serious business. Pepper has decided to end the relationship right here. Look, once a cheater, always a cheater. I don't believe once you cheat, you can really come back from that. And I don't think Pepper really believes that either. So I want to go ahead and see, the thing is, I want to break up with her, but now we have to argue because we are we like each other too much. Pepper and Danielle are arguing. Pepper is telling her the truth on how she feels. Danielle is toying with her feelings. Yes, Danielle, I know all of your secrets. I know all of your secrets. I can decipher any hidden meanings behind your little speech bubbles. It's kind of weird seeing them argue like this, but at the same time, it is necessary for them to talk things out, talk things through. We can break up, but can I not, isn't there I guess breaking up is the best that we have, right? There's no marriage and divorce thing. It's just break up. So let's go ahead and break things up. Oh my goodness, look at Danielle's face. She is shook to her panties. He's pretty much screaming at her to leave and to never come back. I think she has to put her foot down, and like I said, I don't know if I kept it or not, but like I said earlier, I think she and Danielle can eventually kind of reconcile, but for now she has to stand her ground and let Danielle know that it's just not going to happen. When we said I do, oh my god, when we said I do, who knew it would turn out to be we don't? I think my heart is breaking. Oh my god. Oh, she left. Oh my god, Danielle left. Oh my god, Pepper is absolutely distraught. She didn't. Oh, Pepper, I feel bad for you. Oh my god, I didn't expect. I'm just casually taking pictures while my Sims are, in their deepest of their sorrows. I didn't expect her to run away or to actually leave, but poor Pepper, this is not your best look, girl. Oh, so sad. Okay, I knew that there would be some tears shed. I knew it would be hard. Because it's not like Pepper is saying, hey girl, I hate your pants. She's literally saying, hey girl, I want to divorce you. And take her stuff with her. Okay, what am I supposed to do with your whatever, right? Left. I am honestly, I don't know what to say, guys. Danielle walked out and just left. Is seriously considering packing her stuff, moving out. Take her a few weeks to really get to the point where she's comfortable moving, where she has packed up her stuff. I mean, she doesn't want any help either. She wants to go through this process and little by little tossing away something from Danielle might be therapeutic. It might just feel like a parting gift, and maybe with each item that she throws out or gets rid of, she can let go of the thoughts and memories and the love she had for Danielle. Best friends forever. The last reminisce of the memory she has of Danielle is this piano, which Pepper has absolutely learned to love, to play the piano because of her first love. No freaking way that it was not because of her. So if there's one, oh, I feel so bad for her. If there's one thing that that was Danielle's, is this piano. I want her to have a part of her first love with her forever. So I also kind of want, I don't know if I can actually do it. I'm gonna buy this. We're gonna save first because she might die. I'm just thinking she deserves a fresh start with someone new, so why not give her a little extra time, give her some extra life, some extra days. I'm gonna go ahead and have her drink every last drop. Also, we haven't really talked much about the baby, but that will come in, I think, the next episode. Oh, Pepper, come on. I feel so bad for her. Valuable days have been taken from my short life. Pepper! Why is it backfiring? Okay, that was weird. Like, we drank one and it gave her our days back. Oh, no! So in the end, we're like the same age. God damn it, Pepper. Pepper, that was not what I wanted. I'll address the baby and all that in the next episode, you guys, because I think it deserves a whole nother chapter on its own. But I think that for now, we're gonna leave Pepper where she is. We're going to pack up some of her belongings. I want to help her out a little bit. So I said I wanted to keep the piano, so I'm gonna do that. I want to keep this thanks for the fun note, and I actually really like this lamp, so I'm gonna keep that. I'm gonna put all of these items in my inventory, including this thing. And you guys, I'm that salty bitch that literally takes my trash can. I literally take my trash can. I'm gonna get this, I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna just take a bunch of things. I'm gonna get the mirror, the pet bed, oh my god, the plants. Sorry, but some of these things are just iconic, and in my brain is like, let's take them all. Definitely the computer. Can we not take the computer? Oh, we can't take the computer. That's a bummer. Oh man. Then maybe, okay, I'll have to take this with me, and this thing I end up liking. I mean, Danielle left all of her stuff here, so I might as well just take it with me. Oh, definitely the cactus and the calendar maybe. Yeah, let's bring the calendar. Why not? I don't know if this was, we don't really need the bookcase, do we? We need this though. Is there anything? Oh, wait. Oh, how could I forget our iconic painting? Oh my gosh. Is there anything else that... No, I think that's about it. Let's bring our... No, we need the flamingo though. We need a Pepper's poster and her couch. I might as well just take the entire house, you guys. But let's not do that. Let's go ahead and sell this though. Let me go and sell her car. Gives us a bit of extra money. And then let's put this in our inventory. And I think that is all we're going to bring if we do end up moving. I don't think I'm going to bring any of this. Oh, Pepper, stop crying, girl. But we're going to see the move and all of that next time. So it's been a few months, and I know you guys might be wondering, what's Danielle up to? Where's she at? So Danielle is actually renting a house. It is a very small house, but it was the cheapest thing that Danielle was possibly able to rent. She has a backyard and the potential, I suppose... Is that freaking Pepper? Pepper! Okay, I don't know why Pepper decided to draw by, but let's just pretend that she's not here. Okay. Yeah, it's not much, but it is all that she could afford. Most of her money she's going to need to pay the rent, and it is quite expensive to live in this town. I was already thinking about putting the baby up for adoption. It was something that she was fully 100% convinced and supportive of. And now that she's living alone, the idea is growing and growing more and more on her. So this is going to be Danielle's new home, and I honestly am going to be interested in seeing how her life is going to play out without, you know, being Pepper's wife. I do wish her the best, honestly, and I do think she has it in her. We'll probably still see her quite often as she's the baby's mother, I guess. But we'll just see how that's gonna go. But for now, this is where she will be staying, living, and hopefully trying to get to, well, where she wants to be. I don't think she has anything in her inventory that's hers. She has some food apparently in her inventory. Okay. Like a lot of aspiration points. I kind of wanted to give them to Pepper, but I guess that's not going to happen now. So perhaps planning on putting the story progression mod back in. But I want to do that in a few episodes along because I want to add more Sims to this town first, and I definitely don't have many. So if you guys have any Sims you want to send me, please do, so we can populate this world. Alright, and now let me show you where Pepper's been for the last few months.